This is gonna be a quick little update. This is some stuff I'm doing to the Cobalt. Just kind of bored. I'm gonna clear my head a little bit. So today, wiring up the power and ground to my RPM gauge, the shift light. I already have the tack wire ran. We're just gonna get the signal for the RPM, and then the wire for the lights, which that's staying inside the car, but the power and ground are going through the firewall. I got some wire right here. I know it's not black and red. I know it doesn't match, but it's not. It's gonna work. So, like I said, right now I'm just kind of trying to make do with what I have without spending any kind of money. But I actually got this wire from a good friend of mine who has his own car audio business here in my town. You might see him in a couple of videos in the near future, who knows. I don't like going to go just putting a camera in somebody's face and things like that, but you may see him in some future videos. But I'm gonna get this wired up and I'll show you how I ran it through the firewall and all that. So pretty much what's happened is now I've got this. Nothing's connected, but the wires are ran how I want. Like right here, here's the power wire. And every car is different, so the way you may wire it in your car is different than how I did it. Different cars, different ways. There's also different ways you could do this. This is the way that I found best. In my Cobalt, which this is in, it's a 2006 Cobalt SS. Down here you have the BCM, and the fuse that controls the gauges is in here. So that's where I'm gonna be wiring the power. So my RPM gauge and my actual gauge cluster on the same power. A quick little side note, I know some people are going to notice that the power wire and the wire for the light and the tack, those two changed. The reason why those changed in the final result than what you see in the beginning was because I was originally going to run the power to the fuse block under the car. Then I changed my mind. I wanted the power to my tack gauge to go to the same fuse that the gauges that are in the car itself are going to. So I pulled that back to the firewall, ran to the BCM instead. Now I pulled the wire from the light for the light and extended it out and ran it up to the firewall because I want the shift light, well the tack light, I want that to be wired to the car's parking lights, and that fuse is under the hood. So that's why those two things changed, and I just wanted to clear that up before anybody asks me why I did that or what exactly happened. Down here, I know this car's dirty as hell, I need to vacuum it out. But anyways, down here you can see where I have the ground, the signal that gives you the RPM, which is the green wire, and then the white wire is for lights. And the reason why I ran it like that is because I didn't want a lot of stuff being grounded, like in the car itself. It's gonna be grounded under the hood. I want a really good ground that I'm gonna be using. And then the best part about this is it went through a factory grommet. So I don't have to worry about drilling a hole and putting a grommet in there. It goes to that grommet nice, and I'm gonna get these wires tucked up and zip tied in there. I'm probably gonna use some wire loom on them too to make sure it looks all nice and good. And then like right here, I definitely wanted to make sure they were out of the way of the pedals, because I definitely do not want these wires getting pinched. Hey girl. There we go, around the hood. So right here, the ground and the wire light I did have to extend, and unfortunately I didn't have color matching wire, but I'll know what's where. Like I said, this is the signal wire that gives you the RPM, and this right here is for the lights, and this will be actually being wired to the parking lights, which the fuse sits in here. But you have to remove this fuse block to get the transmission and all that good stuff out. But once it goes back, this will be wired to that. This is your lights, and right here it's just ground. I may not wire to this. I mean, these nuts are rusty as hell. I'm about to be switching out the coil over, so this old strut and these rusty nuts are going to be leaving. But this is the ground. So this is the wire. This is the signal that gives you the RPM, the green. I might buy some black wire and some white wire to kind of make it match. I may not. I don't know. I mean, it works and it'll be wired proper, but like I said, that's just how I did it on this car. There are different ways that it can be done, but that's how I saw it was best. But the Cobalt's coming along. Plans have changed. There will be updates in the near future. If you want to see more of this car, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Give it a big thumbs up if you like this video. I know it wasn't that exciting, but it was kind of informative, and it is an update on the car. That's going to finish it up for this one. I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching.